Are you struggling to get over a painful breakup? You're not alone. Breakups can be incredibly difficult and they can leave us feeling lost, hurt, and alone. But there is hope. In this video, we're going to share some strategies for moving on and healing your broken heart. Whether you're dealing with a recent breakup or an old one that still haunts you, these tips will help you to get over the pain and start living your life again. So, if you're ready to move on and leave the past behind, keep watching. Why is it hard to break up with someone? Breaking up can be an emotionally and psychologically difficult process for many of us, as it involves a deep bond between two people being severed, or at least drastically altered. This bond was created through countless conversations, shared experiences, and moments during which both partners become increasingly intertwined with one another. The sudden removal of such an important and meaningful relationship can leave a person feeling lost, overwhelmed, anxious, and confused. Most of us have heard that breakups are hard to do. However, why exactly is it so? The science behind this phenomenon lies in the complex web of neurological activities that occur within the brain when we experience strong feelings of love or attachment towards someone else. When we form an emotional attachment to someone else, certain areas of the brain become activated. These are referred to as love maps. Neuroscientists believe these love maps are formed through the release of oxytocin and dopamine, hormones that make us feel connected to another person on a deeper level than physical attraction. When a relationship comes to an end and these bonds become broken or weakened, there is also a corresponding effect on our brains, particularly our hippocampus, which causes us to experience strong emotions related to loss such as sadness, depression, or even grief. This is due to the fact that our brains evolve around familiar connections with people. When those connections are disrupted or removed from our lives in some way, it takes our brains time to adjust and relearn how to function without them. In addition to the neurological effects associated with breakups, biological factors like age can make them harder on certain individuals. For example, studies show that adolescent brains are less equipped than adults to deal with intense emotions due to their still developing neural pathways and maturity levels. This means they may have more difficulty coping with the psychological pain that comes along with breakups than adults would. 5 stages of grief after a breakup. The process of healing a broken heart can be difficult, but understanding the stages of grief can help. 1. Denial. During the denial stage, you may feel numb and disconnected from your emotions, as if the breakup is not really happening. You may also find yourself clinging to the hope that your partner will change their mind and come back to you, or that the relationship can be fixed. This stage can be difficult to recognize, as you may not be fully aware of the fact that you are in denial. However, you may experience feelings of shock, confusion, and disbelief when the breakup occurs. It's important to understand that it's normal to experience this stage and it's a process of letting go and accepting the reality of the situation. 2. Anger. During the anger stage, you may find yourself feeling a wide range of negative emotions such as anger, frustration, and resentment. You may direct these feelings toward your ex-partner, blaming them for the breakup and the pain you are feeling. You may direct these feelings towards yourself, feeling guilty or ashamed for your actions or inactions in the relationship. You may also direct these emotions towards the situation itself, feeling angry that the relationship had to end and that you are now left with the pain of the loss. 3. Bargaining. During the bargaining stage, you may find yourself struggling with feelings of regret and a sense of longing for the relationship. You may be preoccupied with thoughts of what you could have done differently, or what you could do to fix the relationship. You may also find yourself making deals with yourself, such as "I'll change this about myself if they come back to me," or "I'll do anything to get them back." This stage can be characterized by a sense of hopelessness and helplessness, as you may feel that you have no control over the situation. However, it's important to avoid getting stuck in this stage, as it can prevent you from moving forward and finding closure. Instead, try to focus on the present and the future, and work towards finding new ways to move on and heal. 4. Depression. During the depression stage, you may find yourself feeling a deep sense of sadness and despair. You may feel as if you have lost not just your partner, but also a part of yourself. It can be difficult to find the motivation to do anything, and you may withdraw from friends and family. You may also experience a loss of interest in activities that you once enjoyed, and difficulty sleeping or eating. This stage can be difficult to recognize, but if you find yourself struggling with persistent feelings of hopelessness, sadness, and despair, it's important to seek help from a therapist or counselor to help you manage your feelings and to help you find ways to move forward. 5. Acceptance. During the acceptance stage, you begin to come to terms with the end of the relationship. You may find that you are able to think about the relationship objectively and see it for what it was, both the good and the bad. You begin to accept that the relationship is over and that you cannot change the past. You start to focus on the present and the future and begin to look toward new possibilities and opportunities. This stage can be characterized by feelings of peace and hope, as you start to let go of the past and the relationship. It's important to understand that this stage is not a sign that you have forgotten or moved on from the relationship, but rather that you have come to a place of acceptance and understanding. This stage may not be a linear process. You may find yourself going back and forth between different stages, but with time and patience, you'll be able to reach a point of acceptance. The 5 stages of grief after a breakup: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance, are important processes to go through in order for people to heal from their loss. Everyone's journey will be unique, but understanding each stage can help provide clarity when going through difficult times. Getting over the pain of breakup. When it comes to moving on after a breakup, it can be one of the most difficult and emotional experiences to go through. It is important to take time to properly grieve, process emotions, and ultimately come out stronger. Here are some helpful ways to move on after a breakup. 1. Building a support system. One of the most important things to do after a breakup is to build a support system. Having friends and family around you who are willing to listen and provide uplifting words can be very helpful in beginning the healing process. This support system may include close friends, extended family members, counselors, therapists, or anyone else whom you feel comfortable talking to about your feelings. 2. Taking time for self-care. Taking time for yourself is essential after a breakup. This could mean taking long walks, listening to your favorite music, writing in a journal, or meditating. Self-care should provide an opportunity to assess how you're feeling and what emotions are coming up as a result of the breakup. It can also give you much-needed time alone so that you can reflect on your relationship and all that it has meant to you, both good and bad. 3. Indulging in new hobbies. Trying something new is an excellent way to move on from a painful experience like a breakup. Learning something new will help keep your mind occupied while giving you the chance to focus on something completely different than what happened with the relationship. Hobbies such as painting, pottery, yoga classes, or even joining a new club can help provide distractions from thinking about the breakup excessively, which can be damaging if done too often. 4. Working through your feelings. It's normal after a breakup to experience intense emotions such as sadness or anger, but it's important not to bury these feelings away and let them fester inside of you unchecked. Instead, find healthy ways of expressing these feelings, such as talking with someone close whom you trust or engaging in physical activities like running, which have been known to have positive effects on moods and emotions when done regularly for extended periods of time. 5. Avoiding becoming isolated. While it may seem like being alone would be beneficial during this difficult time, it actually might do more harm than good if taken too far by becoming isolated from everyone around you, including friends and family who care about your well-being. Make sure that if you don't feel like going out, at least make sure that people know how you're doing, talk about how you're feeling with people close by, and take advantage of any opportunities for socializing when they arise. 6. Letting yourself heal. Finally, it's important not to forget one of the most essential parts of moving on after any sort of painful experience: letting yourself heal. Each person heals differently, but healing takes time, so don't rush yourself into doing anything before you're ready. Respect where you're at now emotionally right now, even if it doesn't look pretty, because eventually, everything will be okay again. Breakups are never easy, but they don't have to be the end of the world. By understanding what you're going through and focusing on self-care, you can start healing from your breakup in no time. Remember that it is totally normal to feel pain after a breakup, even if it was mutual or expected, so give yourself permission to grieve and process all those emotions. With some patience and dedication, You will eventually get over this difficult period in life and move forward with newfound strength. We hope this video helped you overcome the pain of a breakup. So if you want more videos like this one, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll always be updated in our next videos. That's all for this video. Stay safe and be careful with your art.